What's up, everyone? Welcome back. It's our second episode. I was shocked to see how well our first episode went, so I'm very excited. We have a lot of good content, but first I do want to get back to introductions. We do have a fourth person this week, which I'm very excited about. So I'll start with the people you already know. We got Ashlyn and David. Oh my gosh, sorry, it's been a long day. Polli.
Nope, that's not how you pronounce my last name.
Polli.
All right, let's keep it going, Brian.
It's been a long day. Exams and all that's taken a toll on my mind. Sorry, David. And then now we have our new guest. I am so happy. And to be honest, I've never known your last name.
Coriston.
Coriston. So it's Toby Coriston. So we are very excited, very eager to start. So I want to get right into the first topic. We're going to do our Let's Be Real. It's our hot take / opinion segment. So I will start off. I've been trying to think. I was going to do sportsmanship, football, all that stuff. I'm going into the heart of it, though. I think exams and big tests are absolutely pointless. There is no reason for an exam or big test. I think that
Fraud
having...
take.
Huh?
Fraud take.
Fraud take?
Keep going.
All right, you can share your opinion after I finish this. I'm simply saying that I think the exams and big tests are absolutely pointless because you are putting 2 months, like we just had an exam test where you had to write 3 essays in 50 minutes. I'm sorry, but summing up a whole month where we've at least gone 4 or 5 weeks of learning information into about maybe 25 sentences, and we're supposed to remember all that, I just don't think it's a proper reflection of how well we do in the class. Someone could be acing the whole class, and then you come up to the test and you're just not a good test taker or you're not a good writer, and then you fail the whole thing, which basically, when people look at it, go, oh, you must have not understood the content, which to me, that's very oh my gosh, it had been a long day. Very false and not reflective of their proper intelligence, I guess is a better way to put it. So, if you guys want to comment on that.
I feel like this has to be coming from a bad test taker.
It is. I could get it done. I'm not the best at it.
Yeah, to a certain degree, you're correct. I agree with you. I think sometimes there's too much put on a certain test, or even like the SAT. It's like this determines whether or not you can get into college, which it was for a while. Now it's moving away from that. But I think at a certain point, you have to find a way to measure somebody's ability to do something in a cement amount of time, because that's what jobs are like. You don't have 2 months to write a paper for your job. You have 50 minutes after a game to get something up, or whatever that may be. So I think there's certain points of it that are good and helpful to test, but there are also points that can definitely get better.
Yeah.
I agree with your hot take. As someone who is in Calc 1 right now, I don't even need to be taking the class for the major I'm switching into, but I'm surviving, I'm doing good. Our first unit, I thought I knew everything. I took a practice test, I got a 95 on it. I was here last week when we were filming the episode, studying for 3 hours before, took the exam after, and I got a 53. So I don't really think that's very reflective, but it's fine. I don't really care that much.
I think it's a common take.
You think it is? Do you agree with it, though?
No.
No. You think there should be standardized
David
tests?
would like tests.
No, I don't like tests. I'm just saying, it's a common take. I feel like tests are necessary.
I would replace them with mini tests. Don't do a giant test.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Like quizzes or mini tests after every maybe a unit. Sometimes units are only 2-3 days that you're learning.
Some people do that though.
But
Yeah.
It just depends on your professor. That's why you look at Rate My Professor.
Ashley, what's your hot take?
I don't have one
Oh,
yet.
I got her.
No.
Your turn.
My hot take is the idea that I'm older, so I know better. I'm sure we've all heard this in an argument before,
Yeah,
whether
Dad.
it's against our parents. I feel like parents might be the most common thing, but anyone, they're like, you're arguing and they just drop it. I'm older, so I know better, or I'm your dad, so I know better. And I just feel like that's a terrible take, because you're just saying, because of this, because I have a couple more years on this earth, I know this better than you, even if they haven't studied it as much as you, whatever it may be. I think it's just a terrible way to use an argument to try and win an argument.
David, it's down to you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think
I
about
agree
it.
with you.
I'm thinking.
All right, I'll go first. Subway's not that bad. Subway gets a lot of hate in terms of sandwiches. It's not the best sandwiches out there. I would definitely take certain places over it. Jimmy John's is good, but it's very dry. Jersey Mike's is awesome. which is pretty good. But Subway's not that bad. Subway's definitely better than certain chain sandwich places, because if you load up on the vegetables and then you get like a meat that you trust, or like, you know, like a normal meat, it's not that bad. Also, mayonnaise is good on sandwiches by me.
That is actually, I would totally agree with that. So I don't know, Ashley, if you have yours yet, but while we're there, I still want to react to Toby's. I want to react to David's, so I'll go with David's first. I would completely agree. I've never heard anyone that didn't like Subway.
Oh, a lot
I mean,
of
I'm
people
from
hate
North.
it.
Oh,
so
there's a ton of
So
people.
many people think
Everyone
it's
hates
garbage.
it. It's like
Really?
the worst. It's the worst fast
It's like
food sandwich
everybody
spot to
hates
most
it.
people.
Everybody hates it. Everybody thinks it's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
It's
not
not
that
even
bad.
I like it. I do a basic
It's
sandwich.
like if I were to put it on like 1 to 10 scale, it's like a 5.5.
Yeah,
it's good
People
enough.
try and make it out to be something that it's not. Like
I
it's like
agree.
every other sandwich shop. The
It's
the
good
food
enough.
stays out for all day,
Yeah.
so like there's no difference.
And they're doing freshly sliced meats now.
Oh, really?
So that might bump it up to like a
I do like a 6 or
6.2.
7. That's me. Like I would give
Hey,
it
I
that.
respect
That
it.
might be a
I'm a
little high.
Subway guy.
We
I'm a
also don't
Subway
That
have
might be
guy.
a little high. I'm not quite a Subway guy, but I don't think it's the worst sandwich in the world. It'll
I'm
do in
kind
a
of in
pickle.
the middle between you two.
Yeah.
I used to be a big time Subway guy because we had it in my town, and I would get it for like, you know, middle school lunches like once or twice a week. But now like I'm like, yeah, give me like Jersey Mike's. But Jersey Mike's is way too expensive.
Yeah.
Subway, you can get like a
Same with
full
Jimmy
long
John's.
sandwich. Jimmy John's is not that bad.
It's not as
Jersey
expensive
Mike's
as
is
Jersey.
bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but you can get like a Witch or like a Subway for like $10.
Yeah.
Okay, this made
I do miss the $5.
Oh, what's
foot.
your take?
The sandwiches at Publix are better.
Yeah,
never
no,
had
that's a
a
fact. No, the chicken tender sub at Publix is
My
absolute
dad
I've never
likes
had
it.
it.
I've never had it either.
so
I know a lot of
So
people who
rude.
have them.
In my town, like
I've never been
okay,
to Publix.
in my high school,
Publix is
on the side of town that my high school was on, like none of the fast food stuff was there. It was all on the other side. So there was just a Harris Teeter, and we would all go to the Harris Teeter and get the salad bar, like get the sandwiches if we needed to before practice. And people think that's weird, but it was good. So
That's interesting. I've never had one, so I can't really,
Yeah,
can't really
I-
comment.
I
Like I
have no
can't.
comment.
Them two have no idea what a Harris Teeter is.
What?
No, yeah, I do.
What?
We have one.
Okay, you-
Harris
I have no
Teeter has
idea.
a really good.
What?
We used to get
What's
the guacamole.
what's a Harris Teeter?
a grocery.
I mean, I figured that much out.
It's
but-
kind of like a Publix.
Are you serious?
It's like a combination of
Wait,
a grocery
no,
store,
you're
a
joking.
pharmacy, and you can also get like freshly made food.
He's from New York. I'm
They
I'm
don't
from Virginia. I'm from Virginia. I used to live in New York.
I'm kind of
so I'm
shocked
from
there's not a Harris
Virginia.
Teeter in Virginia. Oh, but you're in Harrisonburg.
Yeah, I'm
and
in
Harrisonburg
Harrisonburg.
doesn't have a lot.
No. We
Shout out
have
to
Food
you.
Lion. We have Martin's.
It's kind of.
Target.
Oh, I can.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of. It's a little bit. It's
Yeah,
a higher class.
We don't have
than that.
anything too special.
To get back to your, Go ahead.
Not everyone has Harris Teeter.
We have some. We just got one a few years ago.
What?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
But I mean, before we
That's
switch
crazy.
off, I definitely want to talk about yours because we didn't get to react. I absolutely agree with this. I have an older sister. She didn't use it as much as my parents, but my parents would use it every once in a while. They'd be like, I'm older, so I know better. And it's like, I know like the friends, like when you have older friends that would do it. But I didn't mean to call it my parents. I'm sorry. Love you guys. But do you guys have any takes on it? Because I know that's how I feel.
My parents used to do that, and then I learned how to argue back with them.
I feel like,
I just punched my dad in the face. No, I'm just kidding.
see, I would get the because I said so.
Yeah.
More than I would get the.
Yeah,
"Oh,
no,
that's
I
a
got
fair
that
point."
a lot.
That's also a bad one. It's like
that a
that
lot.
same
That's
idea because I said
Exactly.
so, like because I'm older.
And then you go, why? And then you just like get in trouble
there's
because you
no
want to
why.
know.
Like,
like-
there's no reason. It's they can't think of anything else to say, so that's what they go for.
We need a test to see all this, right? Okay.
If
So,
you're one of our parents, comment if you've done that.
I mean,
comment, subscribe
comment,
if you're
and
my
subscribe.
dad.
I just like
Or
to
my
say,
mom.
more often than not, they were correct in the instance.
oh, absolutely.
But I still don't
I don't
like.
wanna
I
say they were
disagree
wrong.
with that. I'll never concede.
They're correct. They're correct like 85%. They have a passing grade, but I don't know.
I don't like that argument to finish it.
No. So we're gonna move on to our next segment. It's a new segment. I'm really excited for this one. It's called For the Love of Clemson. There are so many things in Clemson that you either want to comment on, maybe you love it, maybe you don't. So it's just whatever you think regarding Clemson. And so I'm gonna start. I've been saying this since I've gotten here. I really never did I did a little laundry, but I was never, every week I had to do it. I had to depend on myself to do it. Luckily enough, I had some kind people in my home to be able to do it as well with my parents. But for the love of Clemson, can we please get more than 4 washers and 4 dryers in Cope? We have 160, probably closer to about 150 kids in one building, and we have
All dudes.
4 washers. All dudes. Like the laundry room became almost like a mud room. You know what a mud room is when you come in and you just throw your clothes there? That's what it was. We have a sock hanging from our light in our lounge because people left it in the dryer and it got caught in someone else's. We're like, screw it, we'll just put it on the light. Someone did it. We need more washers. We desperately need more washers, especially when one breaks. I think someone had one in like one of the other shoe boxes, it broke, and they were down to 3 washers for 160 people. It is not working. The time doesn't work. I know you need time, but you just need more washers. That is mine. I've been frustrated about it.
I completely agree with that. As a fellow shoebox liver, I think it almost might be worse. We have 2 floors of guys, 2 floors of girls. I think the girls do laundry way more than the guys.
Oh,
Because
they're
the guys put it off. We're like, I can't wait another week. I
can use these shorts again. Like, we're good.
Are you bad?
But
Yeah.
the girls do a lot of laundry, and so I've resorted to like finding time to do laundry. It'll be like midnight, and I'll put it in the washer. I'll wait 30 minutes, and then I'll switch it to the dryer, go to sleep, and wake up the next morning and get it.
I don't trust that. Like, I came back one time from a meal, and they just put my stuff all on the table.
Well, yeah,
I was kind of
That's so rude, though.
But I was kind enough. When there was a dryer taken up, I folded it, and these were like,
Wow.
No, I'm not with that.
That's crazy.
I'm not with that.
That's
Never
crazy.
take anybody's stuff out of a washing dryer.
No.
You're a jerk if you do.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I only did it and I folded it right by like up and up because there's another pile of
Yeah, but
clothes.
you're
I'm like, when I take it out, I only did it once, and that
What
one
if
time
they
I
lose
did
a
it.
sock or something?
Yeah,
No, this one was
then
just
it's
a
on you.
towel.
Sock
This was
in
like
my laundry and it got thrown in the hallway.
no, this was like one towel, and I just simply folded it up and put it out there,
Okay.
and they came back and grabbed it. But I try not to move them. I just wait
You're good.
typically. But when you have 4 washers, you're trying to get to classes, you're trying to do this stuff. I was 8 days into my clothes, like I couldn't
You're
clean
good,
it
you're
up. But
good.
anyway,
You do laundry for 8 days.
yeah, because I have
Not
enough clothes to be
bad.
able to last about a week.
Okay.
So like going through that.
I've done my laundry 3 times.
Oh.
I have too many clothes. I don't rewear stuff. I just have a pile.
She's a girl. All right, next one.
All right, David, actually, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. For the love of Clemson, can we please get a helipad on President Clemens' house?
Oh my gosh, this is.
I want that so bad. And also a parking lot on his roof. I just want that. Like, it's like, oh, Jim Clemens. All right, the helicopter's coming in. It's a freshman from Study Hall 9. It's like, oh, helipad.
Would you want it on top of the house? Or
Yeah, well, no, I want one on top of his house. I want a parking lot on top of his house. And I want a helipad right in his lawn.
That is
like 2 helipods in a parking lot.
Make it like a
Jim Clemens, make it happen.
a
Clemson
direct,
Press. Let's go.
direct airport to Clemson. That's how people
No,
can just get it.
no. It's only for students.
Oh, only for
Commuters.
students.
No airport. No nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Get like
Oh,
student airports. Like you fly
no
in.
airport. No.
Greenville.
No airport.
We could use more parking
We need no, but on his roof.
on his
On
roof.
his roof.
Parking garage on top.
And a helipad. Multiple helipads.
Nice.
All right, your turn.
Good, Ashlyn.
For the love of Clemson, can we please have longer than a month to decide who we're living with next year?
That's fair.
You only have
Because-
one?
That's fair.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I had to sign a lease already, and I don't know. Like, I'm working on it, but
Are you talking about returnee, like second
like
years?
next
Yeah.
year.
Like as an
Okay.
already existing student, not as
Yeah.
an incoming
I
freshman.
was thinking like
Yeah.
freshmen. I was like, I thought we had more as freshmen, but as an
No,
incoming,
like,
I haven't
as-
checked. So
I haven't chosen.
I haven't even
I don't know
looked.
where
You guys
I'm
need to
living.
get
I
on
figured
that.
it'll happen.
No, we're
I figured
guys. We'll
I figured
figure it
I'll find
out.
the place.
we'll get
Now,
there.
wrap me up, the boys.
Get there.
You know, as a girl,
Yeah, it's close enough.
it matters who you live with for sure. I've really,
'cause y'all
really
full of
learned
drama,
that
dog.
this year. It really matters.
Yeah, we just want to
Deep
play
stare
like.
into the camera is like.
Yeah, we gotta want to play FIFA.
No,
No, but I respect that completely because like only a month is insane, especially
Yeah,
with,
it's
like, the
hard,
schedule.
Yeah.
especially for women.
And these freaking tests. I'm telling you, the tests
right,
tie
all
back to everything. All right, anyway.
I don't know about that.
Toby, you go on.
But for the love of Clemson, can the buildings be open longer than just school days?
I'm with
Because
that.
I'll try and go study somewhere, and like the library is a fine place to study, but I don't know. It's like going there. And one time I tried to go to the business building like in the middle of a day on Saturday, and it was just closed. Like you can't get into it, and it's like the best building on campus, and you can't use it. So I think they need to keep more buildings open for longer. Or
I don't think they could do it on game days though.
no, I think game days it's fine, but this was not a game day. This
Fair.
was like first
Fair.
couple weeks of school, and I was
that.
just trying to get some work done, and it was everywhere was closed. It was like the library.
Heck, even the dining halls are closed by
Yeah.
9.
Yeah,
And
I
we-
think.
No, Schletter being closed on game days is also criminal.
Yeah, I think they just need to like realize the student schedules are a lot different than like a normal day. So
Yes.
they need to accommodate that a
my
little bit
schedule's
better.
so weird. Like, I could have never imagined that I would just anything that I've been doing is like criminal to me at home.
Yeah, Jim Clemens, put a helipad on your house and fix our schedule.
Fix the time slots. That's all I got to do. Just extend it.
Get rid of.
All right. So we're going to go on to our next one. We did this segment last week, too. We had fun. We did candies. That had a really quick beginning change. And now we're going to go back. We call it Real Picks. And we're gonna go, and we had this idea come up, worst places for a first date. And so I believe, Dave, you had the first pick? So I'm gonna give it, I think last week, you had the first pick.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to Toby because he's our
That's fair,
guest.
that's fair.
And I'll go last because I'm the host. So I'll go
so we're
Toby,
going this way.
Ashlyn, you, me.
Okay.
All right. Starting off, this is basic, but it has to be a movie.
Trash.
It has to
Trash
be a movie.
pick.
It has to be a movie. Well, I do have a story about this. about
have a lot
about
of
it bad.
stories.
I think it'll be fine. I went on a date to a movie one time. I don't think my parents even know this. Not if they see this, great. But so I
Shout
went.
out Toby's dad.
Yeah, but so I went to go see a movie, and it was with this girl, and she was pretty short, and these seats were like really big, and you kind of like really sunk into them. And so I
She
went.
got swallowed.
No, she didn't get swallowed. Even worse, I went to go put my arm around her, and as I was going to, she like leaned her head into me, and so I elbowed her as I was going to put my arm around her. And then it was just awkward for the rest of the movie, and you can't like enjoy a movie after that. So I think a movie is the worst.
I don't
place.
think that's on the movie theater. I think that's on.
That might be on me, but
No, I don't think that's on either of you. I think that's on genetics. I think if you blame science for her being short and you being tall,
fair enough.
that's
There we go. It's genetics' fault.
All right, I'm gonna go second. I'm running up to the podium to take.
I thought it was Ashlyn.
No, you
You're not
you
gonna
said
let-
it.
I said Ashlyn and you.
I'm not
That
gonna
makes
take.
no
It doesn't make any
Why
sense.
would he?
That's
do
fair.
it?
It
That's
doesn't
fair.
make. You did say it, but it makes no
All right,
sense.
go ahead, David. David, I want to hear your pick. Go ahead.
The worst place to take somebody on a first date is an active war zone in the Middle East. That's terrible. You should never take anybody.
I'm glad he
on a
went
first
second because
date.
I would have never thought about that. That's a perfect
You
pick.
should never take anybody a first date on an active war zone in the Middle East. That's just a fact.
I don't think I have the money to get there.
That would be terrible. That would be terrible.
Fair enough.
You're up.
I
How you
don't.
gonna follow that? That's the question. How you gonna follow that one?
You should never take someone on a first date to Chernobyl.
Oh, Chernobyl.
Oh. You guys,
Yeah, fair point.
you guys went crazy.
We went very literal.
Should I
The
go
worst
crazy?
places to take
I
a first date.
have a good one, but I have a crazy one. It's just like I don't know. I'm not gonna go
No,
crazy.
you're not. You're not.
I'm going.
cool
I'm
enough
going
for
like probably the most obvious. A funeral home. No. one
Oh,
wants a
that was
first
my
date.
pick.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm gonna go with that. Like there's just
Now I gotta
who's
figure
gonna want to
out
be
a
around
pick.
there in like death? I don't know.
All right, I'm pulling one from a TV show. Maybe fictional, maybe not. You guys can throw a flag on this if you want. But Jan Levison's dinner party.
I've never seen. What is that?
It's from The Office.
Oh,
Have you guys not seen it? Like the dinner party?
I don't think I've seen that one, but
I
I've seen.
do.
a few.
I just forget about the Levinson thing. Yeah, no.
Let me give us a little
Like
like.
that dinner
about
party
that,
was one of the
but-
worst, like most cringe-worthy experiences watching a TV show I've ever had.
That was kind of. It's kind of funny though.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but if
that.
Oh,
you
it's like
if
Michael's
you
fighting
if you
with
like were trying to
Jan
take a
and
girl that
thing.
you really liked to that, and
Yeah,
then that
that's
happened,
rough.
then that's gonna be not.
That's
It's
rough.
not quite a
Oh,
word.
So you're saying like an
I
opera?
remember at her house.
Yeah,
and they're fighting.
and
Oh
they
my
broke
gosh,
like the
yes.
flat screen TV that was
Oh.
that big.
Okay, that actually, I don't know how. Yes, I remember what you're talking about.
All right.
All right, so we're not doing Snake for this draft.
Not this draft.
All right.
No.
So I'm gonna go. The second worst place to take somebody on a first date is the country of England, because nobody wants to be in England because
respect
that
that.
place sucks.
Yep.
1776, baby.
Yep.
England, food.
Wow.
It's always rainy. Food stinks.
I
If
would
you
have
go-
to
if you take
argue.
them to- if you take
England
them
would
to
be
a
fun,
soccer
though.
game, they're probably gonna get mobbed.
Yeah.
What if you think about it?
And what's
that was
the,
bad. But
what
if you
other
think about
sports
it,
do they play?
They don't have any sports besides soccer, and we drew them. Shout out USA.
to me is like if you think about it, like if you're in the U.S., wouldn't you want to? Everyone talks about going across seas, so why wouldn't you just?
No, but my argument is that England sucks.
Yeah.
Next question.
I don't know. England's pretty cool.
Personally, as someone, I went to Spain this summer from here.
Spain's sick.
No. Well, it
No,
was like a
good
part.
parts of Spain,
It was
yeah.
it was not a good
You
part
ain't
of
never been to
Spain, but
Spain.
if someone ever tried to take me there, I would actually. If they're like, "Oh, we're going to Santiago de Compostela," I would be like, "Nah."
I feel like taking anyone out of the country on a first date might be
That
just a red
sucks.
flag in and of itself.
That's like the Tinder swindler.
Yeah.
That guy did.
Either
that.
that's a red flag, or you have a very rich boyfriend, like, or
something.
girlfriend, or whoever you date.
Something.
But
you date.
so it's gonna be my turn.
Hey,
Wait, no, you're
No.
skipping her.
This is not going well.
I thought she said Spain.
No.
I was just
Right.
asking.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
You stink.
My next pick is going to be, so this is a personal thing. So there's these two guys, and they're like brothers or cousins or something, and they go here and they're freshmen, and they post on the story, and they go to the core dining hall to pick up girls.
I've never seen that.
And I've also, there was this other kid who used to be into me, and I was like, no, like we're just friends. And 2 days ago, I saw him on a first date in the dining hall, and it just like made me, I was just laughing. Like, that's so bad. That's so bad. Like, you got a real fund.
That.
You're taking her really nice. But I wouldn't mind, like, a second date, like, if you're, like, already into them, be like, oh, like, let's go to the dining hall. Like, we all go to the dining hall together, but it's not, like, a first date, so.
That's a fair point. I could see that. I mean, it's like, it's not the best food, but I guess it's more for, like, the experience. You're actually learning the person rather than caring about what the food is. It's less distracting, I guess. But I wouldn't go on a
Second
first
date.
date there, but that's me.
I would not want to go on a date there. Please don't ever anybody take me on a date to that.
Everybody, her phone number is, I don't know. We'll take her out on a first date to Schletter.
There you go.
Letter's not bad. Anyway, that was my take last week. Go watch the video if you want to see it. If I had to go with my next pick, this is so tough because I'm looking at it. Like I'm watching this. I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go with a basement. I just feel like that's creepy.
Brian, stop stealing my picks, dude.
If you go with the first date to a basement, like imagine calling someone up and going, "Hey, you want to go on a date? Sure, where? My basement." That is serial killer vibes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that is nowhere close to good vibes for first date.
What if you don't preface it with like a basement, like, hey, come over, watch a movie, and it happens to be in your basement? Is that a different
That's
story?
different.
That's different?
It's a little different.
Depends on how old you are.
It's if you plan
It
it.
depends on how old you are, 100%.
What
If
if
you're
you're
in
like-
high school, acceptable.
I think it's
If
also
you're
like
like 26.
not acceptable.
it's also if you
If
plan
you're
the
like
place.
28, bad.
Because like in that case,
You're
you're
older
planning to
than
be at your house.
20,
But if you say specifically
no.
you want in the basement, like
Okay.
that's where I'm going.
All right, that's fair.
So specifically the basement. So if you happens to go that way, but yeah.
Okay.
So Toby, you go up with your third pick?
With my third pick, I'm going to have to go with a family reunion.
Oh,
That's good.
I think that
That's
explains
good.
itself.
that is very fair. Yeah, we don't need much
No.
explanation.
See, there's something similar that I'm considering drafting, but I'm not going to draft it. I'm going to go with the third worst place to take somebody's date is you go to her house and you knock on the door and you take her back to the car and all of a sudden your mom's in the front seat and you go back to your mom's house because you still live with your mom and you're 28 years old and you take a date to your mom's house as a full-grown adult. That's really bad. You still live with your mom at 28.
So you're saying take him to your parents' house, basically?
Your mom's house or your parents' house.
Basically,
I
one
don't
of your parents'
discriminate.
house.
Correct. That's
That's-
rough.
That would be bad.
And then like you're like on the couch like trying to talk to you and she's like, ah, do you guys want chili cheese Fritos? Or like something like that.
That is so my
Chili cheese Fritos on
mom.
fire. But.
Yes, that is my mom.
All right.
I love her so much. She's so nice.
Shout
and
out.
caring. Shout out to my mom. I love you. We do not want Fritos.
I kind of do, but I won't be
He-
there.
I don't like Fritos.
You're a scumbag.
They're not good.
Chili cheese Fritos.
That's a good take. We can discuss that next episode because I want to learn more about that, but I want to hear your next pick. I'm very eager
Okay,
to see
my
this.
next pick comes on a true story about myself. Never go. You're never gonna meet a boyfriend. Every girl, listen to me right now. You will never meet a girlfriend at a frat party. Never. I learned. It's not gonna happen, and you will be sad. Mic drop. Go.
That's it. Okay, that's where we're gonna end. All right. Now, I was looking between a few, and in fact, some of these could be like later down the road, honorable mentions if we want to mention them later. I'm gonna have to go. I already did funeral home. I'm gonna have to go with like another like kind of dark.
Brian, if you take my third pick.
I'm going to cemetery.
Brian, stop taking my picks, dude. My pick was 17. You've taken your third, fourth, your second, third, and fourth picks.
Really?
Are all mine.
I haven't done my fourth.
Well, no,
that was my first, second,
your
and third.
first three picks are all picks that you stole.
I'm just thinking like, what would I want to not? I would not want to be sitting there like I wouldn't lean, but like sitting there next to some like
Dude,
person's
100%.
dad or mom like that's passed
graveyard
away or
or something,
grandmother
yeah.
and just going, hey, how are you feeling today? How are you doing? That's just I can't do that. I couldn't do it. So I'm gonna go with cemetery.
Toby, start the fourth round.
All right, for the fourth round, I'm going to go with a bit of a location. I haven't done that yet.
Ooh.
Cleveland.
What?
Oh,
You read that off my board. You read that off my board. You read that.
I was thinking like a place.
No,
and,
you read
like,
that.
I did not read that. Why do you have Cleveland on?
Because that's what I was gonna say.
Because like you like my initial thought was Detroit because you could get
Oh,
like
Detroit's awesome.
Detroit's
No,
bad.
he-
But then but
That's a
Detroit
terrible
like
pick.
and
Detroit's
it's
Detroit's
kinda
better now.
cliche.
I have a friend. She went to Michigan. Detroit's way safer now.
Because, like, what does Cleveland have?
Cleveland.
Like, I went there this summer for, like, a couple Guardians games, and it has the Guardians, the Cavs. The Browns don't even count. Like, they don't have, there's just nothing there.
You got robbed like me. Feel my pain. Feel my pain.
All right, David, go ahead with your fourth pick.
So you said family reunion. For my final pick, I'm gonna go wedding. It's kind of on the same vein. First date, you take somebody to a wedding, like a
That was what I was
family
looking at.
wedding. That's rough. It's
Yeah.
like you're meeting Aunt so-and-so, cousin little Timmy's trying to grab your shoes or something like that.
It's like a thing you do.
They're singing shout, nobody knows the words, everybody's sweaty. You put the person up on the chair, the bride falls. It's just a bad.
It's like the thing you do if you've been dating for, like, 6 months.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
First date for a wedding's bad.
Yeah.
A
Now,
lot
if it's a
of people do
plus
that.
one and it's like your friend, that's fine.
Different,
But
yeah.
if it's your first date, wedding is red flag.
That is very red flag. All right, Ashlyn, you can go with your
Okay,
fourth.
I thought of a better one since you stole Cleveland. Flint, Michigan. We're not going on a date there.
You can't drink the water.
You can't drink the water, and you can't go.
There's probably a lot of violence.
There's a lot of violence. There's not a lot of water, and it just wouldn't be a good time. So, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to wrap this up, and then we're going to move on to our next segment because we've had a very impactful, eventful episode. So I'm going to go with my final pick. I'm between a few. I think I'm leaning more towards Cope, shoe boxes. If this is like more pertaining to a Clemson student,
What about a literal shoebox?
no, because that's just
pretty bad.
How would you fit?
What's
Yeah.
that thing? The mom with the shoe? That little nursery rhyme when you were a kid?
the old woman in the shoe.
Yeah, the old woman in the shoe. She had
No,
the
this
whole
one is
shoe bag.
specifically the shoe boxes here. These things were built in the 70s, maybe even 60s. I think it's the 70s. They look like prisons. I love them. Like, I love hanging out with because of the people around there. But you're telling me you would take a girl first date?
I
say,
think there's
"Hey."
a lot worse places.
So you would go there?
Yeah,
you
like
no, but
Afghanistan.
I'm saying Cope, not gear. I'm saying Cope, which is all male.
took that.
4 levels of 158 men.
Hey,
All in one.
I don't think you can call this out because there are girls who literally live in Cope.
No, they don't. Well, I guess you can say
Yeah.
they live, but either way, I'm going Cope. I just think I've struck gold with the other 3. I'm saying on the 4th one, I'm taking a wild shot. I'm just saying I'm not doing shoe boxes. So if you want to run down real quick, and then we'll move on to the final segment. Toby, what's your 4 picks? Do you remember them at all?
That's a very good question. I believe I had Jan Levinson's dinner party. I had Cleveland,
Movie
the
theater.
movies, the movie theater, and then a family reunion.
I had an active war zone, England, your mom's house, and a wedding.
Okay.
I had the dining hall, Chernobyl, Flint, Michigan, and a frat party.
And I had a funeral home, a basement, a cemetery, and then Cope.
You stole my time.
I know. But so now we're gonna move on to this final segment, and we're gonna run through this a little bit quicker. But I'm so excited for this segment. All right. So I kind of found this through First Take. I love Stephen A. Smith's A list. So we're gonna do a B list. It's Brian's B list, as we call it. So we decided to do the least talented sports. So these are the sports that, in my opinion, need the least talent. From 4 to 1. This is gonna shock you. Let me get through the whole list, and you guys can react. My 4th least talented sport is golf. My 3rd is bowling. My 2nd is chess, and my 1st is slap fighting.
Wait, repeat that list.
It goes golf at 4, bowling at 3, chess at 2, and then the least talented sport, the sport that you need the least talent for, is slap fighting. So I'm gonna open up to you guys. What do you guys think?
Your number 1, slap fighting, I agree.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever
You
seen.
just hit each other. I get that you need a lot of strength for it, but you just hit each other. Like, we could slap fight right now, and it would be just as entertaining as this big guy slap fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Golf.
Yeah, you're wrong.
That's just simply wrong.
I'm just saying, from what I understood, because from what I've watched in golf, to me it always looks like the caddy's making the decision of what iron to use. He's making the recommendation, and then the golfers maybe has a little bit of
See, this
experience.
is coming from
It's
somebody
so-
who doesn't know ball.
So it's so hard
golf.
that they have to
You
have
do not
a
know
second
golf.
person
Golf
to
has a
talk
ball.
over.
I don't play golf that
every
much, so
shot.
that's
you
why I
don't
put
know
it.
ball, though.
You
But
don't-
from my
this is a bad
opinion,
take.
from my opinion, golf is the 4th
It's
least
just-
talented.
It's just an
also,
awful take.
I could walk out. Have you ever seen the Pro Bowl when they take the football players? They walk out there, they hit it 300 yards.
No, they don't.
Actually, pretty
They
accurately.
have one star athlete who's happened to golf before barely get it to
They had
90.
4.
So they
90?
4
You don't
hit
have
over 300 yards. Look at me. Look at
Yes.
me. How far do you think I hit the ball?
probably 250,
Like 310, 315.
310. It's not just about
Are you
power.
good at golfing?
I happen to be a very solid
I have
golfer.
golfed before.
If golf was easy, I would be good at it.
That doesn't. To me, talent means that
People-
It's like the NFL.
You're saying Tiger Woods isn't an athlete.
No, I never
That
said
seems
that.
That's
like
crazy.
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, because the athlete doesn't need talent. An athlete just needs to know what he's doing.
Whoa.
You're saying Tiger Woods has no talent?
You're putting words in my
You
mouth.
just walked into that.
No, I
You
didn't.
just
No, yeah,
walked
that's-
into
no, I
that.
didn't.
Yo, Toby, back me up here. He just
No,
walked
he
into
walked
that.
I
into
did
that.
not. You're saying that the only
Define-
way someone can be an athlete is if they have talent. That's the only way they can be an athlete.
No. But they can do another sport.
Correct. I said Tiger Woods, he's good at golf. He's an athlete. It doesn't mean that the sport he plays, you need talent for. Wow. Wow. Either way,
I don't know what he said.
these people don't know golf.
He doesn't play golf.
What?
But to me, it was like, I said golf. Golf was simply
I
because
learned
I
how
just
to
don't feel like
golf
you.
for a first date.
Either way,
That's a good
golf is a
first
good
date.
first date. And why would you do it? Because you don't need talent.
Maybe mini
there.
golf.
No,
Maybe,
'cause they can
maybe
teach
mini
you.
golf for a driving range.
They can teach you. If you can teach someone in
They
one
cannot
night
teach
how to
you.
teach you.
They cannot.
They can try.
I've tried. They cannot.
I could walk out there and hit it. All you need to do is swing. Either way.
If you do a little practice before and then you're like, oh, I don't know how to golf, they can teach you.
Other than golf, do you guys like my other three? Bowling, chess, slap fighting.
I'd agree with bowling. I mean, you're just rolling a ball. Obviously, the people who bowl
Chess
are a
is
lot
not a
better, but a lot of people can get good enough to where they can bowl in the 200s, and it's not like
Chess is
insanely
not a
difficult.
sport.
Chess is,
Chess
that's
is a
what I just
sport.
said.
It
Chess
actually
is
it is
not a
it is
think-
recognized as the by the U.S.
Yeah.
Olympics Committee as like a sport.
That's not a sport.
Chess
It is a
is not a
sport.
sport. Chess is a sport, but band is not a sport.
I would argue.
Chess- okay,
here's
If we're arguing physically, it's not. But
Chess is not
chess
a
is
sport, but it's
mentally,
incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it
So I
is.
It's
think-
difficult.
I think that you should not have it on the
I don't
list.
think it can be on the list.
I think it's
talent-
incredibly
talented-
difficult.
Talent is all about how
He's
like
talented.
the skill. Like I don't know. Just to me,
I
talent
think
doesn't
that
seem like
chess is a
I
terrible
think
pick.
Cycling?
esports are
No.
the least
Sport. I think it's a
talented
terrible
sport.
No, that's a.
No, I didn't say
that's a
easiest.
bad
I just
take.
said you don't need as much talent to pick it up.
I think you're completely
No,
you
I.
can watch a 10-minute YouTube video
I think
and be
you
good.
have to be incredibly.
You guys are looking at all these sports as you have to be the best of the best. You look at the PGA.
Nobody's looking at that like that.
That's
Golf
how it
is
sounds
hard.
like when you guys say out.
0.5% of people ever who play golf will break par. Like break what you're supposed to do. That's not.
I'm not saying you got to break par. I'm saying you just got to play it. You just got to go out there and play it.
Anyone can play any. Anyone
Exactly.
can go kick a
So
soccer
if-
ball.
Anyone can play
So
anything.
which-
Anyone can throw a football like 5 yards.
I think
like,
if
with
you're
a
making
terrible
that
jump to the
argument,
spiral.
I think
Of
if
the
you're making
four
that
there-
argument,
of the four
soccer
there-
has to be on that.
No,
list.
of-
anyone can run and kick a soccer ball.
That's true.
Not, I wouldn't say.
And I'm not saying
of the
it's the
four
easiest
there.
to
See,
get
Brian,
good
we
at.
don't agree with what we're saying right now, but like that's what you're saying.
That's the argument.
To
that
me,
you're
I'm
doing.
saying of these four, in my opinion, are the easiest to go out there, and you could probably go the farthest in that sport
No.
with not as much talent.
No way.
No.
That is my
Golf
take.
and chess are
Golf
horrible
teams
takes.
have
Tune in next week where I assassinate
Those-
Brian
those-
live for his.
Those are the
takes.
four that I'm taking.
Terrible take.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Again, if you want to, I'm gonna be like a YouTube video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys
Smash
want to
that
do.
like button.
And say golf is a non-talented sport. Thank you guys.
No, it's not.
Have a great time. See you next week.
Thanks, y'all.
What'd you say?